Right, there's a new season of the Manufacturers Cup, and we are starting at Spa for 20 laps with Group 3, with racing mediums required and some potential rain. And now the manufacturer of choice is AMG. Now I've never gone with AMG before, normally I just go with McLaren or Porsche, but I decided to change it up slightly. And yeah, try out the Mercedes. And now to qualifying where, well, I ran out of time for a second flying lap, which results in me starting in 8th. So yeah, to the race, I'm coming down to the first corner where, well yeah, no drama, no smoke, no one going off. I mean, well, I say that as I fast forward a little bit, we can see there's a Peugeot and a Ferrari going at it, and well, the Ferrari loses it. All I'm gonna say is, remember that Peugeot. But anyway, moving on, and as you can see the cars in front have pulled away quite a bit, and there's a Lambo here coming down on the inside and getting a move done. But that's okay because it doesn't mean I can attempt to field save and just maybe be able to try and get the jump on them when we come into the pits. But now moving on a little further into the lap where that same Peugeot that took out the Ferrari comes and pushes to pass. Which, I mean, fine, whatever, I'm not off the track, so it's
okay.
But anyway, a little further on where the Peugeot goes for another dive bomb, this time on the Lambo, and again kind of pushes them wide to get the move. I mean, that also kind of benefits me because I also get the move, so take the good with the bad. But anyway, fast forwarding a bit, gonna try and save some fuel to the straight, use a slipstream off the Peugeot. Not gonna try and fight them as the Lambo goes through there. I mean, I don't know if that's the best decision, seeing that the cars ahead of us aren't that far away, so maybe pushing could have been the best solution. But now moving onwards where, well, these two are still at it, going bumper to bumper. Lambo is following right up against the Peugeot. Peugeot seemingly opens up the position and, well, a bit of contact between us, but nothing major. And now coming up to the end of lap 7, where we seem to have caught up with the GTR there, with the half a second penalty actually. Yeah, but gained through a little bit there, and again right back up behind them. But anyway, moving on to lap 9, where the GTR served their penalty, so that's why we overtook them. But anyway, coming to the pits, it's a bit actually a lap early than most other people. But anyway, yeah, because there's no rain, going straight back onto another pair of mediums, a fresh pair of mediums. And hopefully now that fuel saving, that little bit of fuel saving that I've done, will pay dividends. And yeah, you can undercut them when they pit. But now moving on to the Peugeot's perspective, where you can just see me cruise on by as the Peugeot comes out of the pits. So that's one down. Let's see if we can get the Lambo down also. So now to the Lambo, it's in the pit lane, and again, there I go through. So yeah, I guess it kind of did work, not as much as I expected it to. I thought there'd be a slightly bigger gap, but yeah, getting through past them. But anyway, moving on a bit, coming through here, where I kind of just get it wrong and go off a bit there, getting a bit loose and losing quite a bit of time, which will result in them catching up to me. But now coming up to the Genesis that seems to be going quite slow for some reason. Anyway, getting past, but looking behind you can see on the radar that there's the Lambo there that's caught up, although that seems to be getting a bit held back by the Genesis. But yeah, hopefully I can stay ahead of those two, the Lambo and that Peugeot. But now coming on to lap 15, where I just ever so slightly go off the track there and get awarded half a second penalty. Yeah, I don't know, that was like so close to the edge there, but anyway. And now moving on to the straight, lap 16, you can see the Peugeot there behind, going a bit defensive, obviously you don't want them to come past. Coming through here, getting it done, and then he decides to push me off the track. I don't know why, but cool, whatever, we get through. And again, he comes on the inside and takes me out. Why? I don't know. But obviously it's just Peugeot driver things. This is like the third time I've been attacked by a Peugeot. Yeah. But now moving on to lap 18 where, well, you can see my fuel is quite low, and looking at the fuel map, it looks like I'm not gonna have enough fuel to finish the race as the GTR kind of goes through there. And now coming up to lap 19 where, well, yeah, I have no choice but to, yeah, slow completely down and get onto the lean mix and try and save because, yeah, only have 3% fuel left. So basically you just have to limp home and hope that we don't run out. So yeah, those two behind, probably just gonna have to let them go through, rather not slow them down, allow them to fight whatever. And yeah, hopefully we can keep this 8th place, I mean as we are started, and not run out. And would you look at that, I don't run out, literally finishing with 0% fuel. So yeah, 8th place, not terrible, I mean, well, because of the incident with the Peugeot, obviously could have been better, but yeah, not terrible, kinda in the middle of the pack. Right, to the next race, to the qualifying, where again kinda just go off there slightly and proceed to get another half a second penalty, and now also run out of time to do another lap, so yeah, this lap's not gonna count. So basically I didn't qualify, which means to start at the back. So yeah, let's jump straight into the race, straight to the first overtake, coming alongside the inside of the Lambo, coming through this very fast corner, bit of contact there, kind of goes off a bit, but do get the move. But now coming through Rouge, going off there slightly, cuts in the corner a bit, and yeah, get another half a second penalty. Like, oh, this penalty is killing me. But never mind that. Coming on to lap 3 on the straightaway, where, well, actually for this race I decided rather not fuel save, but I was just to go for it. As you can see, being that behind the Porsche, we'll try and get a move, try and get it on the outside, come in, swoop around and get through. But yeah, like I was saying, I'm not gonna bother fuel saving or anything like that. Just VMAX to the end and see how well we can recover. But now anyway, catching up to this group ahead, we're gonna see that Mercedes is gonna pit. Man, or maybe they thought some actual rain is coming, but whatever. And then the Porsche is gonna continue turning, even though the corner was over. But now you can see up ahead there's a GTR there that's going quite slow for some reason, I don't know. Anyway, getting past them, and yeah, trying to catch up to the group up ahead. You can see there's another Peugeot seemingly causing trouble again. But anyway, gonna get past both of them. Well, I say both of them, getting past the Peugeot, kind of side by side with the Ferrari. Well, yeah, happily getting past before this corner. And yeah, there's 8th place. And now getting the run on the Jag coming out of Rouge. And yeah, getting through. And now moving on a bit of the pit, where there's a Porsche doing donuts in the gravel for some reason. And now moving on a bit, where you can see there's a bit of contact between the BMW and the Ferrari. Ferrari going off there. And yeah, that's another position up into 5th. So yeah, actually doing better than the last race so far. But now to the first corner off lap 15, where yeah, kind of go off there a bit and get the best exit out of there, which allows the Ferraris to get the run and yeah, get through. I mean, I did lift there a bit because yeah, I don't want to be going through here side by side. That's only going to end in disaster. Now I did have a bit of a plan, and that was to use the Ferrari to try and catch up with the BMW up ahead, but obviously that didn't work because Ferrari clearly pulled away. But that's fine because we finish in 6th. It's actually better than the last race. There was no Peugeots to, you know, take anyone out. So yeah, 122 points for that one, so not too bad. So yeah, why not like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.